Hi, I'm Mad, and welcome back to The Longing, where we're waiting. The past few days have been very lonely. Oh. I will need to find all four parts of this instrument before I can enjoy the pleasure of making music. I currently have one instrument part. Here we go! See if anything has changed there. While we're walking, I guess I can talk. Maybe. So I've been gone, not consistently. I've popped in here and there and posted videos, but recently I've recently I've been avoiding doing a lot, and I guess it's for a reason. Um, Buckle up, I guess. So in mid-November, I had a family member that passed away. That meant a lot to me. It wasn't sudden. I mean, it kind of was, but it wasn't. They were old, so it was expected eventually. But they went in to the hospital because they were feeling sick, and it turned out they had some issue with their liver, but the doctor said everything was under control after the first day, and the next day in the morning, I got a message from a family member saying that they were going to pull the plug, that they weren't waking up, their entire body was failing, and I needed to get to the hospital. So I left work, and at this point, I'd started listening to the Magnus Archives on Halloween, and I was going to listen to, a couple episodes here and there. And I was still in season 1, and it autoplayed when I started my car to go to the hospital. From time to time, solitude can be a good thing. The episode that it started on when I got in my car was Alone. and it was a misty, rainy day. And I couldn't think about what was going to happen when I got to the hospital when I was driving, so I focused on the episode. And there's a thing about the episode alone is it's about a man who passes and about the funeral that his family has for him. And there is this ironic coincidence, not only in how the family acted, but in one of the names in the episode. Yep, it's gone. I will pay this place a visit. That one of the names in the episode matched perfectly with one of the names in my family that I was about to see. Like eerily so. And I got to the hospital, and I'll continue this story in a little bit. Realizing that the cold disappears on you is fucking me up. Oh, there's a little piece right there. Yay. A part of my instrument. If I gather all of them, I'll be able to make some music at home. I now have 2 instrument parts. Let's go. This was the door to the outside, right? The caves here are cold and desolate. Does this lead to anywhere? Oh, I'm gone. The king seems to have abandoned this area a long time ago. I'm trying to find solutions to all my problems, but somehow I just keep running into walls. Hmm. Make it up. Yay. Ooh. No, push. You got this, little guy. I guess I could have continued to talk here, but... Climate. The king will not like this adventurous spirit of mine. Oh, well, it disappeared. This cave seems to be gigantic. I wonder if it reaches all the way up to the outside world. Alright, I'll continue going this way then. I'm listening to this episode, and to those that haven't listened to the podcast, it's about a funeral and about loss and having to deal with the death of somebody you love who is surrounded by people that see you just as a thing. Like a nuisance. And I am related to everybody that I was going to see at the hospital, but it didn't feel right. A piece of lapis lazuli. Now I can paint the blue sky I will never see. There is nothing here. Nothing. 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 Now I have one disappointment. Oh, cool. Plenty more to go, buddy. So I drive to the hospital. I think I make it an okay time, and I'm worried. I didn't have a lot of information to work with, and I was processing having to deal with saying goodbye. And I pulled over. I pulled over a block away from the hospital, and I let the episode finish. I thought that at least if I could sit here and think while this is ending, maybe that would help me. Maybe the weird coincidences that matched in the episode would help me with what I had to face. And I guess, in a way, it did. So I parked, and I got out of the car, and I went through the doors of the hospital, got in an elevator, and a bariatric patient and his aide got in after me, which wouldn't be an issue if I hadn't accidentally gotten in the wrong building of the hospital. So the building I went in was only for outpatient visits, and it did not connect to the main hospital. So I had to wait. I waited to the 3rd floor, and I let him and his aide get out. I looked around, realized that it wasn't where I needed to be, and I went back down, left, got in my car, drove to the other parking lot for the main hospital. That I guess in my panic or my grief, I'd forgotten that they were separated. It was a mess. It was wet and rainy and depressing, and perfect ambience. Just a piece of flint. I can use 2 of them to start a nice fire at home. Yes. Can you climb this? I can. I didn't want to go there anyway. I guess I need a rock. Control. Okay. Alright. I don't know why I didn't look at that before. So I parked my car, and I wiped my glasses off because I had just gotten out of the rain from leaving the other building, and my glasses broke. They snapped when I was wiping my glasses, and I couldn't hold them to my face, so I was going through my bag from work and trying to find tape, and I found tape where I had taped something to an art book that I had in my bag, and I just took it off and wrapped it around as best as I could, and it was barely staying on, but it's what I had. Finally, another living creature. Maybe this little spider will be my friend? Hello, Mr. Spider. So me with my broken glasses with barely sticky tape holding them on. One of the arms broke. This adventure is almost too exciting for me. No, I'm facing down. There we go. No, down! Oh. So I get out, I go in, I go to the right floor, and I see one of the family members. Just another disappointment. A spider might be able to go up there. Dead end if there ever was one. Now I have 2 disappointments. My immediate family had a falling out with the rest of my family. Decades ago now. A decade ago now? Maybe, give or take. And that stopped them from talking to everybody else. Full stop. And I, being a little older than everybody else, sibling-wise at the time, never gave that up because I was raised by some of the people that they had me stop talking to. The person in that hospital bed raised me, and, you know, through school, through moving, I took buses, I walked, I visited them as often as possible. Oh, I can't do that. I need my thingy. And I never stopped seeing them because I couldn't understand. And I don't know if it's because, you know, the social cues that I don't get, or it destroyed the rest of my childhood. So I tried to keep the family together, and hold on. Oh. Oh, hello there, friend. Oh! Oh! Hello, guy. I'm sorry. My little dude. You want to follow him? I think he might go over here and make a web so that we can climb this one. Yes. My only friend, the spider, is crafting a web. I can climb it once it's strong enough for my fragile body. This could take days. There we go. So I tried. thought that that would be the way to fix things, and apparently adults just can't set their differences aside. And the last couple years of this family member's life that was now in the hospital bed, they spent saying that they regret the fight. I crawled in here looking for something of value, but all I found was another disappointment. I now have 3 disappointments. I hope I didn't get stuck. So I got there. In the minutes I was trying to contact them, the priest had already come and did their thing, and when I was walking back, the priest was leaving, and a nurse was leaving. I got stopped by the one family member that I don't really like talking to, but I have a hard time saying no, so they caught me in a conversation. I realized that I'd missed the moment when the plug was pulled. There was a little longer to, go in there before everything kind of faded, but I let everybody walk all over me to the point that there is nothing here. I now have 4 disappointments. Where everybody else had their last moments, and my last moments were the last moments, you know? A rock as hard and as heavy as my disappointment. I now have 5 disappointments. When I went back in after the plug was pulled, I just held their hand. It was still warm. In that family, you just don't talk about your feelings. You don't. And I learned that really early on. There seems to be an old mine down here. Maybe a good place to find some useful things. A lump of coal. More coal?
A piece of wood. One of my biggest dreams is to build a bed someday. I now have 2 wood. 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 Oh wait, that was like a whole thing. Whoops. Well, you can pause it if you want to read it, I guess. Yay! I'm sorry. I see it. So everybody kind of talked, and... Oh, where is it? There seems to be no easy way down. I can't go down this Y. If I keep walking on it, will it collapse? Maybe. Look at that. I think so. I hope this is doing something. It's doing it. Yes. Collapse, my child. I haven't looked up anything about this game. I'm just kind of winging it. So I hope this is the thing to do. It seems like it is. I wonder if I just stand here. Will it work? Oh. Standing works too. Eventually the family left, and when I asked if I could have a moment alone, I sat there and held their hand. After a couple minutes of like letting go to talk to everybody, it was solid and cold, and there was the tiniest bit of warmth left in it, so I talked. And I said goodbye as the last of the warmth left their body, I guess. So, not exactly before the plug was pulled, not exactly while they were conscious at all, but I got to say my goodbyes. Fuck, that scared me. Patience pays off after all. Jesus, that scared me. handy Mattock. Mattock would be a nice tool to have down here. Useful for harvesting minerals and for breaking through fragile walls. I can't go further? This is going to take a while. I'm not the strongest, but luckily I have plenty of time. So a week was spent helping with funeral arrangements. I have made very little progress yet. So I couldn't sleep. I couldn't stand the silence. So that entire week, it was all Magnus and Creepcast. I hadn't actually planned on finishing Magnus anytime soon. Before that, even though I'd watched, I have made some progress, but I'm not even halfway there. Even though I watched Wendigoon and Papa meet separately, I never watched or listened to Creepcast, so my driving when I didn't have anybody else in the car was listening to Magnus. And that helped. I think I got to season 4 after the holiday season. And that helped, actually. I think I'm halfway there. Nighttime came and I would watch Creepcast. When I was feeling like completely diving into something that was spooky and made my brain overwork, I would listen to Magnus. And when I wanted something more lighthearted, something that would stop me from crying, I would watch Creepcast. And that was even after the week of the funeral. That was the entire holiday season. That was all I would listen to and all I would watch. I couldn't sleep without Creepcast on. I needed the voices of people. And they worked.
I felt alone. Sentient was there, and he made me feel less lonely. But everything else, every person I talked to, most people in the family and at work and friends, I just felt alone. So I stopped going headfirst into my creating, and I just kind of existed for a bit. Subsided myself completely on Creepcast and Magnus and Pay Money Wubby, and that was months. I'm almost finished. Finally, the wall gave up its minerals. A big nugget of coal. This is 5 lumps worth. Alright. Let's leave. It seems like there are some valuable minerals hidden in these walls. This wall is not very hard, but a strange smell is emanating from it. Uh-oh. I have made very little progress yet. And, I've made some progress, but I'm not even halfway there. As I got further into I think I'm halfway there. I caught up to almost all the Creepcasts, and I'd gotten up to season 4 of Magnus. I'm almost finished. Finally, the wall gave up its minerals. A piece of sulfur. It smells horrible, but I'm sure I'll find a way to make use of it. What about this side? Oh, it's also sulfur. I guess I'll finish that. So we decided to take a vacation. And I had gotten up to season 5 of Magnus by the time we actually took it. And I caught up to all but 2 of Creepcast because I wanted to watch them completely with Sentient. And I got really sick.
One of the family members had made me something the day before we went on vacation, and it was apparently undercooked, and I got
Violently sick. And along with that, when we had gotten there, yeah. When we got in there, my laptop that I used to draw most of the thumbnails and to edit most of the videos broke. So it wound up being a week because of how long it lasted. I spent a week just existing and not having things to distract me other than the videos and the podcast. And I think I'm scared to finish. Obviously, Creepcast is still going on, and Magnus has Magnus Protocol now, and I joined their backer kit or Kickstarter for the take-home ones because it sounds amazing. So it's not done. Neither of them are done. But, I haven't finished the left-right game, and I haven't finished season 5. I have the second half of the left-right game, and I have I have 4 episodes of season 5 left of the podcast. And is it weird to say I'm scared to, catch up on everything, to finish it? Because I feel like once I finish Magnus Archives, and once I catch up on all the Creepcasts, then that's everything that comforted me during the time that I needed it is done, which means that my time of grieving is done too. I haven't gone to the cemetery since the funeral, and is it weird because after the funeral, the get together, they had chicken parm, and it was the best chicken parm I've had. This weird catering chicken parm and like little mini pieces of chicken, and the family member that passed, that was their thing to make, other than the culturally quote unquote appropriate things that they would make, like stuff from the country that they came from. They would also make fried chicken because they didn't have a lot of meat when they were growing up in, oh my good golly gosh. They had said when I talked to them a few times about their childhood that there wasn't a lot of meat growing up, and every once in a while maybe they would have chicken, and when they had chicken, their mom would make fried chicken, and that was like their comfort food, and they would make that for the family for family get-togethers like Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter. There was always fried chicken and potato salad, which was another comfort food thing that they would make, and then macaroni salad, and then pierogi. Sometimes Easter cheese, sometimes haluki, but I miss... You know, I miss their... There we go. I miss their fried chicken, and I miss their potato salad. I miss their pierogi. I miss their haluki. I made nut roll with them once, and poppy seed roll, and it was really good, and I just miss... I miss them. There is moss growing here, but it's not ready to be harvested yet. Splish splash. Oh, none of the moss around here is? Okay. I don't know if that's childish in me to not want it to end, but I'm scared to end it. I know that it'll be good once it ends, and I know I'll be happy that it happened in the first place, but maybe being afraid of letting go of that last bit of childhood is a good thing. Oh, no, I didn't see what it said. I thought it was moss. I'm sorry. None of the moss? So yeah, that's what's been happening. I got a new computer. Cool. I got a new computer. I, cleaned up some of the house. I think I'm doing okay. Little droplet. Oh. Oh. What a failure. I think I could make it if I wait for the friendly droplet to fill up the pit. This might take a month. Alright. A month it is. So that's, I'm happier. I feel like there's a lot of weight off my shoulders. I stopped caring about stupid fights and arguments and silly little things, and I think I just am happy that the people that I love the most right now and Odin, who's not people, but he's people to me, are y'all okay?
Oh? Oh. Oh. That's awesome.
Part of my instrument. If I gather all of them, I'll be able to make some music at home. I now have 3 parts.
Yeah, I feel... We'll go back to that later. I feel hopeful. And I think that's good. I think
The lone guardian is patrolling the empty streets.
yeah. I had never seen a dead body of somebody that I loved. You know, fresh, not filled with embalming fluids and not gussied up in a coffin. And I think for the sake of my growth as a person, it was a matter of time. And out of all the people that could have been, it was unfortunate. That's a weird way to say it. I think it was going to happen eventually.
The treasure's behind a nearly impenetrable window of crystal glass. Not that I could make much use of it anyway. I could try to break the glass with my Mattock. It certainly seems like a bad idea.
I tried anyway. Oh.
Well, that was a complete failure.
Well. Why did I do that? I don't know why I did that. Don't look at me. I can't believe I broke my Mattock. I'm just sitting here. Crying. Well, I guess I can't do anything else. I'm gonna go home, 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 home. Oh, that'd be cool.
I will take a little stroll. Let's see where I end up. Time to walk back home.
Let's, I guess, read a little bit. Come back in a couple weeks, maybe? I don't know. When does the moss grow? Hopefully days. So that's what's been going on. And I think I'm not completely okay right now, but I will be. And I'm glad in just knowing that.
That's where I'm at. And I'm not okay, but I will be. Thanks for listening to that. I felt bad that I couldn't, outwardly say, like, oh, I had a death in the family. I won't be around for a while. I'm not that level of YouTuber or streamer, but, if anybody looks back and wonders why there was like a month of me not doing anything, now at least they'll know. And if they want to know what kind of silly things I was doing while I was trying to get my shit together. I was literally going to the other thing that Jonathan Sims is well known for, instead of finishing my fucking Slay the Princess playthrough, which I haven't finished yet. And that's also why I haven't finished Slay the Princess, because I couldn't sit there and focus. Let's read a bit. Is it done? I'll need to find all 4 parts of this instrument before I can enjoy the pleasure of making music. Can I draw? Let's see. Moon allows my friend. Hell, oh well. Eternity, ladder, cliff, heart, moon, end. I don't have that color. Oh. Angst, savior. Moon King. Ooh, I like the Moon King. The fair. Oh. Oh, I see. Oh. Rapeseed? What's that? What's ish? Is new sun. Dream, hand, eye, soul. Fingers, ice cave, blaze. Oh. Pain. Lamp. I want to do that one. I guess I could have talked while this was going on too, but that's... Oh, and I rekindled a relationship with my friends from school. I hadn't talked to them in a while, and they were going through a lot of things and a lot of changes. I talked to some of them. I know Ben from school. I know Benji from school. I know Tyrex from school. There are a few of them that I haven't talked to in a bit, and I'm glad I started talking to them again. That was nice and needed.
Time goes by faster in the company of great art. This one deserves a special place on my wall.
It does.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Good job, buddy. Oh, I can't expand my room.
My fireplace. This room could use a little warmth from the fire.
Only 2 pieces of flint first. Damn it. Can I make a bed? Or no, that I messed that up for myself? Guess I'll sit down and read.
Nothing better than resting the weary body on a comforting armchair. I've seen a lot of places, but not everything. I could try to enlarge my little home by hacking through the walls. There are crystals in many colors. I could harvest some of them and decorate my room. I bet it would be a nice addition to my furniture. I could probably build one if I had the right materials. I could use some running water in my home. Not that I have any need for hygiene, I just like the sound. Luckily, I don't need to eat, but it would be nice to grow some pretty mushrooms. There you go. I currently have 5 disappointments, 8 wood, 1 flint, 28 coal, 2 sulfur, 1 lapis lazuli, and 2 paper.
I don't think I've done these.
From my childhood days. From my childhood days, from my childhood days, rings an old song's plaintive tone. Oh, how long the ways, oh, how long the ways since I have gone. What the swallow sang, what the swallow sang, in spring or in autumn warm, do its echoes hang, about the farm. When I went away, full coffers and chests were there. When I came today, all was bare. Childish lips so wise, with a lore as rich as gold, knowing all birds' cries, like the sage of old. Ah, the dear old place, may its sweet consoling gleam shine upon my face, once in a dream. When I went away,
I closed the book, apparently.
full of joy the world lay there. When I came today, all was bare. Still the swallows come, and the empty chest is filled. But this longing dumb, shall ne'er be stilled. Nay, no swallow brings, thee again where thou wast before. Though the swallow sings, still as of yore. When I went away, full coffers and chests were there. When I came today, all was bare. Spring of Love. Dearest, thy discourses steal from my bosom's deep, my heart. How can I from thee conceal my delight, my sorrow's smart? Dearest, when I hear thee lyre, from its chains my soul is free. To the holy angel choir, from the earth, oh let us flee. Dearest, how thy music's charms waft me dancing through the sky. Let me round thee clasp my arms, lest in glory I should die. Dearest, sunny wreaths I wear, twined round me by thy lay, for thy garlands rich and rare. Oh, how can I thank thee, say. Like the angels I would be, without mortal frame, whose sweet converse is like thought, sounding with acclaim. Or like flowers in the dale, like the stars that glow, whose low songs abeam, whose words like sweet odors flow. Or like to thee breeze of morn, waving round its rose, in love's dallying caress, melting as it blows. But the love-lorn nightingale melloweth not away, she doth but with the longing tones chant her plaintive lay. I am too a nightingale, songless though I sang, 'tis my pen that speaks though ne'er in the ear it ring. Beaming images of thought doth the pen portray, but without thy gentle smile, lifeless e'er are they. As thy look falls on the leaf, it begins to sing, and the prize that's due to love in her ear doth ring. Like a Memnon statue now, every letter seems, which in music wakes when kissed by the morning's beams. He came to meet me in the rain and thunder, my heart came beating in timid wonder. Could I guess whither, thenceforth together, our paths should run so long asunder? He came to meet me in the rain and thunder, with guile to cheat me, my heart to plunder. Was it mine he captured, or his I raptured? Halfway both met in bliss and wonder. He came to meet me in the rain and thunder, spring blessings greet me, spring blossoms under. What though he leave me? No partings grieve me, no path can lead our hearts asunder. The Invitation. Thou art rest and peace of soul, thou wound'st the breast and mak'st it whole. To thee I vow, mid joy or pain, my heart where thou mayst I remain. Then enter free, and bar the door to all but thee, for evermore. All other woes thy charms shall lull, of sweet repose this heart be full. My worshipping eyes thy presence bright shall still suffice their only light. Murmur not, and say thou art in fetters holden. Murmur not that thou earth's heavy yoke must bear. Say not that a prison is this world so golden. 'Tis thy murmurs only set its harsh walls there. Question not how shall this riddle find its reading. It will solve itself full soon without thine aid. Say not love hath turned its back and left thee bleeding. Whom hath love deserted, hast thou heard it said? If death tries to fright thee, fear not beyond measure. He will flee from those who boldly face his frown. Hunt not thou the fleeting deer of worldly pleasure. Lion it will turn, and hunt the hunter down. Chain thyself no longer, heart, to any treasure. Then thou shalt not say thou art into feathers thrown. Into fetters thrown. Evening Song. I stood on the mountain summit, at the hour when the sun did set. I marked how it hung o'er the woodland, the evening's golden net. And with the dew descending, a peace on earth there fell, and nature lay hushed and quiet at the voice of the evening bell. I said, O heart, consider what silence all things keep, and with each child of the meadow prepare thyself to sleep. For every flower is closing in silence its little eye, and every wave in the brooklet more softly murmureth by. The weary caterpillar hath nestled between the weeds, all wet with dew now slumbers the dragonfly in the reeds. The golden beetle hath laid him in a rose-leaf cradle to rock, now went to their nightly shelter the shepherd and his flock. The lark from on high is seeking in moistened grass her nest. The hart and the hind have laid them in their woodland haunt to rest. And whoso owneth a cottage, to slumber hath laid him down, and he that roams amongst strangers in dream shall behold his own. And now doth the yearning seize me, at this hour of peace and love, that I cannot reach the dwelling, the home that is mine above. Chitter, chitter the ever youthful told, I passed a city bright to see. A man was culling fruits of gold, I asked him how old this town might be. He answered, culling as before, this town stood ever in days of yore, and will stand on for evermore. 500 years from yonder day I passed again the self-same way. And of the town I found no trace. A shepherd blew on a reed instead. His herd was grazing on the place. How long, I asked, is this city dead? He answered, blowing as before, the new crop grows, the old one o'er. This was my pasture evermore. 500 years from yonder day, I passed again the self-same way. A sea I found, the tide was full. A sailor emptied nets with cheer, and when he rested from his pool, I asked how long the sea was here. Then laughed he with a hearty roar, as long as waves have washed this shore, they fished here ever in days of yore. 500 years from yonder day, I passed again the self-same way. I found a forest settlement, and o'er his axe a tree to fell. I saw a man in labor bent. How old this wood, I bade him tell. 'Tis everlasting long before I lived it stood in days of yore. He quoteth, and shall grow evermore. 500 years from yonder day, I passed again the self-same way. I saw a town, the market square, was swarming with a noisy throng. How long, I asked, has this town been there? Where are wood and sea and shepherd's song? They cried, nor heard among the roar, this town was ever so before, and so will live forevermore. 500 years from yonder day, I want to pass the self-same way. At 40 years, when 40 years we've climbed the rugged mountain, we stop and backward gaze. Yonder still we see our childhood's peaceful fountain, and youth exulting strays. One more glance behind, and then, new strength acquiring, staff grasps no longer stay, see a further slope, a long one, still aspiring, ere downward turns the way. Take a brave long breath, and toward the summit hie thee. The goal shall draw thee on, when thou think'st at least the destined end is nigh thee. Sudden, the journey's done. Before the doors, I went to knock at riches' door. They threw me a farthing the threshold o'er. The door of love did I then repair, but 15 others already were there. To honor's castle I took my flight. They opened to none, but to built at night. The house of labor I sought to win, but I heard a wailing sound within. To the house of content I sought the way, but none could tell me where it lay. One quiet house I yet could name, where last of all I'll admittance claim. Many the guests that have knocked before, but still in the grave there's room for more. The pilgrim before St. Just's. 'Tis night, and tempest whistle o'er the moor. O Spanish Father, ope the door. Deny me not the little boon I crave, thine order's vesture and a grave. Grant me a cell within thy convent shrine. Half of this world and more was mine. The head that to the tonsure now stoops down was circled once by many a crown. The shoulders fretted now with shirt of hair did once the imperial ermine wear. Now I am as the dead, ere death is come, and sink in ruins like old Rome. The grave of Alaric. On Busteno's grassy banks a muffled chorus echoes nightly, while the swirling eddies answer and the wavelets ripple lightly. Up and down the river shades of Gothic warriors watch her keeping, for they mourn their people's hero Alaric with sobs of weeping. All too soon and far from home and kindred here to rest they laid him, while in youthful beauty still his flowing golden curls arrayed him. And along the river's bank 1,000 hands with eager striving labored long another channel for Busteno's tide contriving. Then a cavern deep they hollowed in the river bed depleted, Placed therein the dead king, clad in proof, upon his charger seated. O'er him and his proud array the earth they filled and covered loosely, so that on their hero's grave the water plants would grow profusely. And again the course lay altered of Busteno's waters troubled. In its ancient channel rushed the current, foamed and hissed and bubbled. And the Goths in chorus chanted, "Hero, sleep! Tiny fame, immortal Roman greed shall ne'er insult, nor break thy tomb's most sacred portal." Thus they sang, and paeans shouted, high above the flight's commotion. Onward roll Busteno's waves, and bear them to the farthest ocean. Remorse. How I started up in the night, drawn on without rest or reprieval. The streets with their watchmen were lost to my sight, as I wandered so light in the night, through the gate with the arch medieval. The mill brook rushed from its rocky height. I leaned o'er the bridge in my yearning. Deep under me watched I the waves in their flight, as they glided so light in the night, yet backward not one was returning. O'erhead were revolving so countless and bright the stars in melodious existence, and with them the moon more serenely bedight. They sparkled so light in the night, through the magical, measureless distance. And upward I gazed in the night, and again on the waves in their fleeting. Ah, woe, thou hast wasted thy days in delight. Now silence, thou light, in the night, the remorse in thy heart that is beating. Would I were free as are my dreams. Sequestered from the garish crowd, to glide by banks of quiet streams, cooled by the shadow drifting cloud, free to shake off this weary weight of human sin and rest instead on nature's heart involate, all summer singing o'er my head. There would I never disembark, nay, only graze the flowery shore, to pluck a rose beneath the lark, then go my liquid way once more, and watch far off the drowsy lines of herded cattle crop and pass, the vintagers among the vines. The vintagers? Vintagers, it has to be vintagers, right? The mowers in the dewy grass. And nothing I would drink or eat, save heaven's clear sunlight and the spring of earth's own welling waters sweet, that never make the pulses sting. Sonnet. Oh, he whose pain means life, whose life means pain, may feel again what I have felt before, who has beheld his bliss above him soar, and when he sought it, fly away again, who in a labyrinth has tried in vain, when he has lost his way, to find a door, whom love has singled out for nothing more than with despondency his soul to bane, who begs each lightning for a deadly stroke, each stream to drown the heart that cannot heal from all the cruel stabs by which it broke, who does begrudge the dead their beds like steel where they are safe from love's beguiling yoke. He knows me quite, and feels what I must feel. The king. The ancient king of souls, unnamed, the Kaiser great, within the castle cavern, sits in enchanted state. He did not die, but ever waits in the chamber deep, where hidden under the well, he sat himself to sleep. The splendor of the empire he took with him away, and back to earth will bring it when dawns the promised day. To end all fear and longing, he shall rise when time has come, taking the world within him to final Armageddon. He bids his shade in slumber, "O dwarf, stay by my side, for a soul can't leave this cavern, but a mere body might."
I don't know if I read poems too, but there it is. I still have Thus Spoke Zarathustra. Thus spoke. We did it together, guys. We did it. Thus spoke Zarathustra. 154. Jesus. Christ, brother. Okay. Moby Dick. Does this start me? Oh, it does start me off where I left. That's cute. Moby Dick. Oh, lordy, lordy almighty. Okay. I guess we can read a couple chapters each playthrough to get to the end of those. But, yeah.
we finished poems too. Thoughts, the Goose Girl, poems too, are all done. Well, thoughts aren't done, they're never done. But, you know. Now the time flies. I should be reading more. Sit and stare.
The little kitty.
Alright, everybody. I think that's it for this episode of The Longing. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, subscribe. It's 100% free. You can also subscribe to the No Commentary YouTube channel, The Mad Grey, TheMadgrey. And that'll also let you know when I post no commentary videos, which we have a specifically no commentary game that's being put up now. Minecraft. No words necessary, just me failing and flailing. You don't want to hear me screaming anyway. It's fine. It's fine. If you can deal with me dying all the time. Follow the Twitch. It lets you know when I'm streaming. I haven't streamed in a while due to the circumstances that I went through in this video, but I will get back to it again when I feel up to it, when I feel like I can. So if you want to know when I'm streaming, you can follow that. Or you can join the Discord, or follow my Twitter or Blue Sky. That'll also let you know when I'm streaming and also let you know when I post videos. So if you need any of those notifications, you know, best to join one of those. Or all of them, you know, can't hurt. Also, remember to leave a like if you're so inclined. It helps out a lot. And leave a comment. Let me know how horribly I read all those poems. Or say hi. I think that's everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a good night. Get some sleep. And wake up well rested tomorrow. See ya.